Dude, I am so sore. I ran 60 miles yesterday and I got some good
16?
rest though. Yeah, 60 miles with some uphills. Actually, my legs are not as sore as I expected.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm just a little bit tired, but I still got good sleep. I woke up at 6, did some morning stretching and slow morning, and then an hour passed, and now it's time for us to meet. So,
Nice. Productive morning, dude.
yeah,
And it's what, 7 a.m. your time right now? Holy, that's
yeah.
impressive.
Even on Saturdays and Sundays, it feels good to just wake up at the same time. So,
Nice.
how are you, man?
Dude, I'm good. This week I kind of took a break from pickle. So it was like a mental and slightly physical reset. I
Yeah.
still did my lifts and everything. Everything's been good. I was gonna ask, do you track your like vitals and your sleep with Whoop or anything?
I had the Ultra Human ring for like 2 weeks,
Oh, okay. What'd
and
you think of that?
I'm just, huh?
What'd you think of that?
I am just such a fidgety person that I don't like to have anything on my hands. So
Oh, okay.
after just really forcing myself through for 2 weeks, I was like, even if it's just a small ring, I didn't like it.
Yeah. How
So
about your wrist?
that would be even worse. That would be even
Really?
worse to have something on my
Okay.
wrist. Yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha.
But also I had it, and every morning I would wake up and I would check my sleep score, and you know, whatever score is set, I would just I would look at it and be like, okay, like I'm not gonna do anything about it. It's not like I don't think I was really active about my sleep improvement.
Yeah.
Or at least the scores didn't really mean much to me. I always try to go to sleep early and try to get rest. So
Mhm.
I didn't think it was that helpful, but I don't know. Maybe I'll try again in the future.
Gotcha. Yeah, for me, maybe I'm a little too obsessed with it, but with Whoop, right, it tracks almost everything
Yeah,
from heart rate, resting heart rate, your heart rate variability, your sleep,
yeah,
and just seeing those numbers have been super helpful. And how, like, certain things impact your decisions, obviously, like alcohol, like you'll see it really affect your
yeah, yeah.
recovery and sleep.
That's true.
Um, and just in general, like you see the strain for your day and how to optimize your like daily strain with how you recover and how you sleep. I think
Yeah,
it's very helpful. um i was I was gonna ask, what's it called? Let me see.
that's true. That alcohol analytics definitely gave you a little shaking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it's nice. Are you also taking creatine too?
Uh, s- like kind of inconsistently, but not right now. Yeah.
I think if you're training for the marathon, you should
Hmm.
definitely look into taking creatine consistently.
Yeah.
Like there's like a whole thing about like loading phase and maintenance phase, and I
Yeah.
think it definitely helps with your recovery. And I've seen it on my Whoop; it helps
Okay.
a
Okay.
lot. Yeah,
I will
especially because,
take
dude,
it.
you're running like 16 miles. Like, why wouldn't you use the advantages that you have, like
That's
supplements like
true. That's true.
creatine? Yeah.
How about protein powder? Like, would that help
Pro-
for marathon
I
training?
think protein powder is a good alternative for recovery.
Okay.
In general, I like to get my protein from, actual food,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's always like first resort for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Protein is like if I don't have time and I need additional protein or I need to meet my protein goals, then I take protein powder.
Yeah.
But I've always kind of looked down on protein powder. I don't know why. I've just
I
never,
I think
yeah.
it's not. I think I realize it doesn't sit well with my body. I have bad poop sometimes when I'm on a protein powder, or depending on which ones I take too.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Are you lactose?
I think a little bit.
A little bit?
With
Because I
some,
was
a
gonna
little
say
more.
milk is fine. Like that'll give you more than enough protein. Like 2 glasses of milk after a workout or something. Well, I
Yeah,
think it's, yeah, honestly more beneficial than protein powder. I just think there's so much gunk in there that we don't really know what it is.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah.
Dang, I haven't really drank milk like I used to in so long.
I'm lactose, so I have the lactate milk and it's amazing. I know it's a little sweeter than the original, but it doesn't hurt my stomach or mess with
Yeah,
my, yeah,
yeah,
bowel
yeah.
movements at all.
Um. Okay.
Yeah.
What what's your plan for this coming week?
This coming week, So I don't know if I told you, Alan, but I'm taking a little break from the consulting. Have I told you
You
yet?
you mentioned that last
I
week.
mentioned it. Okay. So yeah, this I've been like, oh man, this upcoming week I'm definitely going to be training a little bit more because I have a big tournament coming up in January, like 12th, and then a week after that as well. So training pretty hard this upcoming week, and then focusing on content, like really focusing
Mm,
on content. Now that
yeah,
I'm like not doing any consulting work for the past few weeks, it's been pretty it's different, dude. I don't know. My mindset has really changed. I'm on a
yeah,
much tighter budget. I'm not like spending money like I would like before.
yeah, yeah.
And my perspective just really changed on like what I need to do during that time because it's a huge gap that I need to fill.
Sure.
And I've been reflecting a lot on like what I want to do with this time and what I want to commit to. And so I think next week it's definitely going to be a combination of training and then if I were to be consulting, replacing those consulting hours with content. So
Yeah,
just filming, editing, and yeah, just trying to be more productive with my time.
yeah,
And now that like I don't have a set schedule, every week is so different. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. It's
yeah.
odd.
I want to talk more about that. Before we do that, should we do our quick intro?
Sorry, my banana dropped. Yeah, let's do
All
it.
good. All right. So, hey everyone, welcome to Founders Unfiltered. I'm Alan,
And I'm Eddie.
and this week's episode is another general catch up. And let's actually keep talking about that idea of kind of your new schedule, work and what life looks like. Honestly, when I taking off this past week, every time I take a week off, I think I always feel this way. I'm like, it is so nice to not work for a week straight. And also imagine what life is like when we don't work for like that's just we just don't work, period.
Hmm.
And like how to make that um kind of like our new normal, I guess, like our new daily schedule. So sounds like you're getting a little bit of that and working towards that, right? Like setting a budget, figuring out what to do with the all the extra time and
Yeah.
still having some income come in probably.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No income coming in right now, so it's a little
Well,
scary.
that's the goal. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Like you
Oh,
want to
yeah,
get to
yes,
a point
yeah,
where
yeah.
content makes some money or your rental it makes some money
Yeah,
for you. Yeah.
for sure. I think, not having that, like, consistent income, like, all these years from the consulting not
Mhm.
coming in is definitely, like, a wake-up call.
Yeah.
It was scary at first, and it made me think, like, "Okay, maybe I should work, like, a part-time contract," like, I don't know, I want to go
Yeah.
back to it right away. And then I just had to tell myself, like, dude, no, like, come on, like, this is it. Like, if you really want to work towards your dreams or your passions, you should definitely, stick with it and just figure it out, like, step by step. So, yeah, it's scary, man. I don't know. Just not like getting the money like I used to.
Yeah.
It's definitely changed a lot. I don't know. Like I'm not going out as much. I'm like nervous when I do go out, like I'm like, "Oh, like how much is this now?" I
Yeah.
know like before like for me, I know I usually try not to worry about expenses. I just worry about top line, right? Just make more money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's a combination of both. Like, how am I going to make money? And then also, I need to like be very careful of my bottom or like my expenses
Your
and
your
stuff.
middle
So,
lines.
yeah, my middle line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I want to say like if you are kind of going for this financial freedom mode, then that budgeting is important because if you keep eating into like, like that 4% rule and whatever, then it's just not gonna work.
Hmm.
At the same time, I guess like I personally have gone too far where I'm like 20% on like or 30% on our wants and like only this can be for food and like no we can't eat this or that like I've gotten pretty extreme about budgeting, which is why I stopped budgeting altogether. I mean, I'm
Hmm.
still in that phase where I'm just focusing on top line, make more money.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's like I didn't want to get to a point where I'm like restricting myself in every aspect. So it's a very fine balance between budgeting versus restricting yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dude, how was Joshua Tree? The
It was really
Airbnb.
good. I mean, that was like part of this week, right? And that was only
Mhm.
just a week ago, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I
Yeah.
made a YouTube video about it.
Nice, nice. I'm gonna watch
But
that today. I didn't have time yesterday because
no,
I
no,
was
all
at
good. It was
I was
late.
dinner with Kate. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good. Dude, I think Airbnb is amazing. Just like it's crazy to me that I we all get a chance. Like anyone can book a few nights in this $2 million house in the middle of the desert, thanks to Airbnb. And like I always get like take it to the extreme and I say like, oh, one day I want to own a house like this. And I think about like, okay, first of all, the building process from the ground up must have been crazy because it's literally in the middle of nowhere. So I think about like, how are workers gonna get here with all their materials, with no water, no shade, no electricity? Like I'm sure
Yeah.
building it was a tough process, and I'm sure the desert construction companies have something figured out. But you know, whatever. And like the upkeep of it, like I was doing a little bit of quick math. That Airbnb is actually on sale for $1.85 million on Zillow.
Wow.
And it's been on the market for like 2 months. And I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, let's assume that's the price. Like the monthly mortgage Zillow calculation was like 15K per month. So I'm
Mhm.
like, even if you're on Airbnb, you need to be breaking in, like bringing in $500 per night every single night to break even on that. And I don't
Yeah,
even
for
know if the
sure.
owners are like positive on this Airbnb.
Yeah, and also you don't know how much they put down either, so that monthly mortgage could be different, but
Yeah,
still, yeah,
yeah,
for
yeah.
like
Well,
an
I
average.
think for them, they
Mhm.
bought the plot of land for like 20K, and they
Oh, and
built
they
it.
built it?
I think
Wow,
at least that's what
okay.
I saw on the Zillow
Dude,
records.
yeah, that's crazy because I wonder how much they did pay for construction. Because 'cause you're right, like, I mean, construction workers are built different. You know how you mentioned, like, going out there and they have to work and, you
Yeah.
know, I remember when we did construction for City Fashions in my multi-unit, like,
Hmm.
they're working in a building with no AC, no heating, and no bathrooms for, like,
Yeah.
months. It's like, where do they
I
go?
don't know how they do it. Yeah.
And I
It
was
is.
asking my contractors, like, "Where are they going?" "Oh, they're just going to the grocery stores next door," and I feel so
Oh wow.
bad, you
There's
know?
no
Yeah.
grocery store in this
Yeah,
Joshua Tree Desert. Yeah.
exactly. But I guess that's why also why, like, contractors have, the a reasoning to charge so much. But, yeah, that's
Hey,
crazy.
they
He
deserve
bought it
it.
for
They're worth it.
20K. I mean, do you have to also get the surveying done and all the permits and even make sure like how did is like you said there's only one out there, right? Like how does the water line work?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
yeah,
okay.
it's
There
like,
you can actually see other houses like within
oh,
vision.
okay.
Um,
Gotcha. So
so
there are
they're
okay.
kind of like broken into like plots of like rectangular plots of land. But
Mhm.
still they're very scattered. Where
Yeah.
I mean, you'll see in like some of my videos, it's just like you are kind of very secluded. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, water, electricity somehow flows in, and we had hot water. There's a pool in every one of these houses, so it's like, and I think there's like a local Joshua Tree pool company that handles everything, and
That's
yeah.
pretty cool. That's cool. Dang.
But it was good. It was a really nice time for reflection.
Mhm.
I am definitely gonna be doing that more often, hopefully. I once again I thought like maybe I'll live in one of these Joshua trees for like a month straight, but honestly, 2 nights was more than enough.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
yeah. Yeah, and it also kind of made me think about like kind of what you were saying about, not working and like working towards. I mean, I that is kind of like financial freedom, right? Like the fire. Would you say you're going for fire right now?
What's fire
Financial
exactly? You said
financial
that last week.
independence, financial independence, retire early. That's what that means.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really focused on retiring. I'm really focused on building. And
True.
I think
Yeah.
my like mindset now that I'm in my 30s, I want to use my 30s to 40s building something, whereas in my 20s to 30s, I was really just working towards something, you
Mhm.
know?
We're learning. Yeah.
Yeah, I was learning and working for sure, trying to make my money and just financially meet my goals. But yeah, I mean, in a way, it is fire. I hope that I can build something that's sustainable where I don't
Yeah.
have to work. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, retiring early isn't really, I don't know, like, I don't really care about retiring. I just want to do what I love. That's all, you know.
I
Like,
think I
yeah.
agree. And
Hmm.
I feel like fire. I mean, okay, there's a whole subreddit on fire, like r/fire.
Hmm.
There's like people made it into a science, and that's where I got the 4% rule, where you know you have all your 401ks and your stock equities and whatever. You can
Hmm.
live off of 4% of your entire stash. Because the idea
Mm.
is every year, even if you don't do anything, like with the markets or with high yield savings account, you will at least earn 4 years, 4% per year. So
Yeah.
if you have a stash of like 1 million, then as long as you can keep your yearly spendings under 40K, then you're
Hmm.
good.
Yeah.
That's definitely not enough for me. But
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
And
but that's
I,
how people fire. Like they figure
yeah,
out their
no,
number. Yeah.
that's very interesting because I actually do know what my number would have to be right now.
Uh huh.
It would have to be around like 2 or 3 mil because my bare minimum expenses that I have, I'm trying to cut it down as much as possible, is around like 7K. And
Okay.
that's
Per
like
month.
netting both my mortgage and my other cash flows. And then also, I have a multi unit too. So
Yeah.
that's kind of calculating that negative as well, right?
Okay. Okay.
So if I can get the multi unit to, or like the basement unit ready, so that will definitely change the numbers. But yeah, I think if I needed, right, I would need around 2 mil if it was according to the cash percentage, because I think 7 times 12 is around 70 to 80K. Am
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
getting that
Yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's
I
interesting.
highballed it. It's 2.5 mil for you.
2.5. Okay, gotcha.
That'll give you 100K per year of spending, which comes out to around 8.3K per month. So I mean,
Ah,
yeah.
that'd be perfect. But
Yeah.
okay, so that, yeah, that really depends on what you're investing in too. I think that that method also really relies on the market doing well, right? And not like
Yeah.
fluctuating so much. Yeah.
I gotta
Cause
read up
it'd be,
more on that. Yeah. Because
yeah,
if
because
it
it'd
does
be,
tank, then that screws you for the year, right?
exactly. It's
Yeah.
kind of just leaving out a huge part. Like, are
Yeah.
you going to actively manage that portfolio, or are you just going to put it in the S&P 500 and let it drop and go up? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah, that's
I
interesting.
think honestly, if the very safe way, and I also am not interested in retiring early, so I don't really look into it. But if you put it into a high yield savings account, you will get a guaranteed 4% per year.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like 3.75 maybe.
Hmm.
So that's like one safer way to go about it. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
I guess in my situation, how I'm like dealing with the finances, obviously, the tighter my budget, the longer I'll be able to do something like this where I can focus
Exactly.
on training and travel. But I have my 6 months emergency fund, right? That's like, for me, like no brainer. That's a must.
Yeah.
But then if that goes away, right? I know that it's gonna go away pretty quick within the
Every
six
month.
months. Yeah. If
Yeah.
I'm not making money. Um, I have my like Roth and traditional IRAs, right? And
Mhm.
those I don't want to take out because there's gonna be a penalty if I take out. But I've been heavily considering just liquidating the whole thing and just using that as like my, like, I don't
Like
know, my funding.
additional backup. Yeah.
Yeah, not just additional backup, but funding for what route I want to go
Yeah.
towards. I
Yeah.
keep getting stuck between, do I just leave that as is so I just use it as last resort so I survive? Or do I just cash all that in,
Oh.
pay the fees, and actually build towards something and like invest in like building a team,
Yeah.
hiring like a videographer? And I don't know, I just keep going back and forth. And I feel like right now I'm in the phase where like, no, I think I need to use this opportunity to really learn my craft as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's always going to be backup for sure. See what I can do with the emergency six. And it's not that much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dude, that idea of liquidating your retirements is like I know more and more people who are doing it, actually paying the fees and like because it's like the idea is like you're getting a 10% like it's like a 10% interest almost. It's like a 10% loan. Like it's a pretty good rate. And if by spending that amount, it you get a return of, whether it's financially 10% or your happiness quality goes up by a lot more than that, that's still worth it.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah, like I think that's definitely an idea to consider more and more. I mean, we're risking it, right? Like we're risking building like our life now instead of waiting till we're 55 to like finally take this out without a fee.
Yeah.
I think more and more like that's the reason I haven't really been prioritizing my retirement. Like, I think waiting 30 years to see the benefit of that is silly when
Hmm.
you and I both have seen the kind of not immediate, but like very like near term results from our hard work. So
Yeah.
I'd rather put the money in like building a business, like building a business for yourself or building a team for yourself. So
Hmm.
I I'd say definitely think more about it. Yeah.
I also want to ask you, in your opinion, and what you think as well. I talked to Kate about it. And I don't think Kate is the biggest fan of it because I'm not going to be making as much money. I think she's just worried because I go through these spurts where I change my mind and go
Yeah.
towards like extremes. And I get that, it's very unstable and I could see why she gets anxiety from it. But um, recently, I was talking to someone that works at the Lifetime at Old Orchard. A
Hmm.
brand new Lifetime, like a racket sports club Lifetime, is opening up in Northbrook,
Yeah.
and it's huge. It's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of indoor courts and outdoor courts, and it's like a really nice facility. And she's going to be the head, like pickleball coach or
Yeah.
pro at that place, and she's looking to hire people.
Yeah. You
And
told
I
us
am
this last
actually,
week, by the way.
we did, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So you
And
said you might have an opportunity as like,
yes, and I might have an opportunity, but I don't know if I should do it.
mm,
Okay, so the pay is hourly and commission, and it's not terrible. I might try
mhm,
to negotiate those just so it's like kind of like to make it worth it. If it doesn't happen, then maybe I don't do it.
yeah.
And I know that the schedule will be flexible according to like my training and my like traveling and competing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's just like, is it more of the same? But then my reasoning behind it is that, yes, I'll gain very valuable experience and figure out how money works. And it's like, it's a sales position. It
Yeah.
really depends on how you do and how much you can sell.
Yeah.
Because I think that's how the commission structure is, structured basically, so that,
Yeah.
it entices you to try to do more. Like they're going to be making money and you're still making money.
Yeah.
But I think it's still like hourly, and I don't want it to take away from time for me to like train and I don't know, compete. And then also, like if I want to really build towards something, it's going to take my mental energy away from that too.
Yeah.
Cause coaching is like, it's going to be tiring. Like I know, like you got to be present all those hours. Whereas like consulting, you don't really have to be present the whole
Yeah.
hour. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you can work from home and it's flexible. So yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, will it be a full-time commitment? Like, is it a 40-hour per week thing?
I was thinking full time, but their full time in order to keep your benefits is actually 30 hours on average,
Hmm.
which isn't
Hmm.
terrible, which is like another thing that's making me think about the opportunity a lot more
Yeah.
too, because it's not 30 where you have to stick to like a 9 to 5 brick schedule, which is
Hmm.
nice. Um, and it could be very random hours. Like I could be working weekends, I could be working nights, but
Yeah.
it really depends on how I schedule everything.
Yeah.
And it depends on the facility itself, how they're organizing events, open plays,
Yeah.
tournaments, and if I have to be involved with that. So that's
Yeah.
going to be like, dang, I have to be there maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
here's the thing. It's like it's not about the money at all, right? Like
Yeah, it's
at least
not.
that's what I would think. Like you
Hmm.
clearly make so much more from your consulting. So if it was about the money, it's a no-brainer. You should just do more consulting than this pickleball thing.
Yeah.
The only reason that this might make sense is if that's the route you want to go. Like, and you kind of mentioned like coaching or yeah, like kind of like a pickleball training organization or camp. And if this you're doing this for the experience, that's the way it sounds like. Like you're not gonna make the most money you can from this, but if this gives you the kind of the flexibility and the internal knowledge of how a pickleball business or organizations run, and I don't know if you can have like your setup like figured out so you can always get content out of it. If you're like always at the gym and that allows you to make content while still working, that kind of feels like the best of both worlds because you're like still making some money, but you're able to do your kind of pickleball content business route. As long as
Yeah.
it is really as flexible as you might think,
That's
where
the only thing I'm worried about.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like,
like
they're always gonna say, "Oh, yeah, like, you can do that," but then when you actually get into it, they're gonna, it's like any other company, they're gonna take
yeah,
advantage of you, and I've seen that happen to so many people around me, like,
yeah,
one dude becomes, like, a head pro or a head director of, like, this pickleball new company and everything. They
yeah.
tell him, like, "Yeah, you can compete and you can travel," and then they're making him work, like, 80 hours a week. You know, like,
I see, I see.
obviously, I don't wanna become that, and it wouldn't be bad if I did that because 'cause I'm hourly and I make that commission, right?
Sure.
But it's not what I wanna do,
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Which I
I
mean,
guess
to be fair, like the organization probably needs somebody who's like dedicated too. So like,
yeah, for sure.
it wouldn't make sense for someone to like like not prioritize that position too.
Yeah.
Um so but yeah, I mean, do you know if you'll have this position for sure is as long as you reach out and you're like interested?
Yeah, she's telling me like, "Oh, don't worry, like, you got it," and
Okay.
I'm already gonna be meeting with I don't know, the manager of that place, like,
Yeah.
next week, I think.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's a matter of, like, if I'm gonna get it or not, I'm just really considering, is this a commitment I wanna make? And I think I
Yeah.
kinda landed on the same conclusion as you, like, it's not about the money at all.
Yeah.
It's really about the experience, and I think, yeah, like, I will learn a lot. And I even asked ChatGPT too. I'm just trying to get different perspectives,
Yeah.
right? And it's like a why not thing. If it's like a 3 to 6 months where you can just test it out and see, like you said, I could maybe do content throughout it, and
Yeah.
maybe it'll be like a good segue into doing more content and different kinds of content and maybe a coaching platform. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't know. I think Kate is like, I think she was worried that I would become like a full-time pickleball coach, and she doesn't want that for me.
Uh,
Yeah, and I don't want
well,
that
I
for me
guess
either,
is
like,
your goal still to kind of go into, the pro as an individual? Is that
yes,
still the focus? Okay.
I'm definitely like an aspiring pro right now, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
keep training and working towards that. But I'm in the mindset of I need a backup plan. Like, I
Yeah.
need to build something also to keep being able to do that because I don't think there's a lot of money in pro pickleball players that aren't, like, consistently getting medals.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be like a long journey for me for
Yeah.
sure because I don't know when I'm going to get my first like PPA or APP medal, but it's not going to be anytime soon. So unless, who knows, right? Like,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely going to keep working towards that because I don't want to give up on it because sports is my life, so
Yeah.
that's just kind of how it is.
You're keeping your options open.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly.
so,
Yeah.
um, can you go less than 30 hours? Can you go like
Yes,
20,
but if
25?
I go less than 30, I lose my benefits, and that's another
Do
thing
you
that I'm
need your benefits
considering.
though? You have benefits right now, don't you?
I think my health insurance benefits is actually terminating. Like, they're not, that policy won't exist anymore next year, so I have to
Uh,
figure that out. And then also dental, I think I'm going to just cancel that in general. I'm really worried about just health insurance. And that's like a $300 $400 expense. You remember, I'm thinking like budgeting here.
yeah.
And through lifetime, it will be a lot cheaper, and it's like I don't have to worry about it because
Yeah.
I'm actually like really sacrificing my body for like this commitment, and that's
Yeah.
one thing I really want to make sure that I'm okay with.
Yeah.
And then also, if I get this lifetime membership, it's going to be free. Which is like another like $200 a month that I could save, and then I wouldn't need my pickler, which is like a pickleball like facility membership, which is another like 150. So it's like I could like, I know we mentioned that money isn't really a thing, but
Yeah.
financially, it kind of makes sense to take this position as I'm doing this. But it only really matters if it really truly is flexible towards my schedule. Like, if
Yeah.
it's like interfering with my training and in my competing schedule, then I think that's like a no go for me, and that's just what I'm
Yeah.
worried about. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. That's keep us
I
posted.
Yeah,
I feel like
um,
yeah, maybe just really like going into a little bit more details with your manager person, just like what
mhm.
does the schedule look like? And I mean, it's definitely the right field for where you're trying to go. And I feel like
Yeah,
even through coaching that you will also learn too, I think.
yeah. I,
So
I think one thing that I really want to learn is building a good network.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I think that area is really good in general, like money wise.
Yeah,
Like she was telling me how much the actual Northbrook Lifetime makes per month on like personal training and training
yeah,
in general, and it's crazy. It's like,
dude. Rich people will
yeah,
pay for one-on-one training.
yeah.
Yeah,
So if I just like build the connections with the right people, I think I'm afraid of like I'm a yes man, you know, so I think I have
yeah,
to like really protect my schedule.
yeah,
That's what I need to do. Yeah.
yeah. I think you'll start to it's almost like when I used to tutor in high school for ACT, and I would
Mhm.
charge like $40 and I'd be like, "Ooh, like $40 is a lot." Dude, I after coming to LA, I learned about the business of like coaches and education. Like and if I were to stay in Chicago, I would probably charge like 120 an hour if I were a math tutor. And like I would think that that's already a steep price. And I would almost like feel bad about it. I'm meeting people who are charging 500 to 1000 an hour for like math tutoring for their high school kids in LA.
That's
And sure,
crazy.
maybe it's LA, but it's like they're literally big, like making millions from a tutoring business. Um so what I'm trying to say is, yeah, if these people are serious about training or getting their kids into training, like, yeah, they'll pay like 200, 250 an hour, maybe even 300. I think you got to set a crazy, you got to set an aggressive rate as long as you know,
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Mhm. Yeah. I was thinking a lot about rate too, and even the person that's trying to hire me asked me what rate I would charge. I think it's definitely a combination of like something like a rate where it'll be reoccurring, but then I guess it's a strategy too, right? There's going to be other coaches there, and you're going to be competing with them, right? So you can't like set a super high rate where no one's going to work with you. Then you're not going to really be making money. Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's going to be like a combination of both. Yeah. Mhm. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I have to make it worth that rate. Yeah. 'Cause I don't know, I feel like pickleball, and I've heard this from other coaches too, you know, like tennis players that become tennis coaches and then also do pickleball. It's different because with tennis, you know, there's obviously a lot of money going into it, and parents are fine with paying for their kids every week, like a super high hourly rate. Whereas like pickleball, it's not like that in a sense where, you know, if you charge like just as high as a rate, I don't think there's as much reoccurring happening. You know, like they're not gonna keep coming back because it's honestly like a simple sport. It's not something that you know what I mean. Like it's like what else can I teach someone unless like we're really going into the depths of training. It's really just putting in the work. It's not a lot of. It's not as I don't know intensive as tennis per se, which I get. Like you know, like where like you need to like train mechanics like every week. Like yeah, you can do that for pickle, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I guess we'll see, right? I think this is all like an experiment, and we'll see how everything works. Yeah. Yeah, I think the conclusion I've come to is that I'm going to most likely do it. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Mhm. That would be so nice, dude. But yeah, I'm just having troubles with one of my contractors that I'm trying to go back to. He just like he's so busy with other work. He said that he'll be available for my project, but like he's taking forever to respond. He still hasn't sent me the estimate, and I sent him the scope of work like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like maybe I should maybe look for other contractors to try to get it done, but they're so expensive. And this guy is like he's worth the price. You know, he doesn't charge as much, but he takes a little bit longer, you know? But yeah, I guess we'll see. I think also like, you know, since I'm not consulting and I want to focus on content, I did kind of repurpose my YouTube channel to try to do it all. So I'm definitely going to be doing like vlogs and then real estate and also like pickleball too. So I guess we'll see. Yeah. Just really experimenting in this phase and trying to see what sticks and what I can learn. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it's sounds kinda the same, maybe a little quieter. Why am Oh, I think it's because I talk loud, maybe. No, actually, it's, like, the same almost, yeah. Okay, maybe not, no, now that sounds, like, a little muffled, that's so weird. Yeah, wait, d can you hear me okay like this? Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure. Hey. Yeah, mhm, gotcha. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I think that's one thing I've definitely struggled with in my 20s was building a community. I've always just, like, kept to myself. Yeah, I don't know, yeah, I don't know why that is. Yeah, mhm, mhm, yeah, mhm, yep, exactly. Yeah, and I think that that was another thing I was worried about too, burnout. 'Cause, like, now I'm gonna be 100% in pickleball, whereas before, like, I was able to, like, turn my mind off when I'm working or doing other things and then just focus on training, and I think that really helped me in my development for sure. So I wonder, yeah, how my brain is gonna handle everything. Am I gonna get sick of it? Because I really don't wanna burn out. Like, yeah, like, I wanna, like, pace myself for sure, and I know that yeah, it has for sure. Mhm. I guess we'll see. I gotta find that balance. Like, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. It is crazy to think about. For me, my mindset, I think it's because 'cause I'm very sports minded. I always think the older I'm getting, I'm losing years, and I'm always seeing all these younger kids, like, doing so well. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, what is our life expectancy, like, the average? It should be around, like, 80 to 100, right? And yeah, and it keeps getting longer. I really hope that we can get our bodies to a point where, like, we don't break down at, like, 40s and 50s. That'd be super nice, yeah. But we have so much more life to live. It's which is kinda crazy to think about. Obviously, hopefully nothing happens, but yeah, it's interesting. Mhm. Yeah. And, like, it's interesting because I feel the same. Obviously, maybe I get more sore or injured more easily, but I feel, like, athletically the same that I did than when I was in college. I don't It's weird, yeah, 'cause I know in college, I wasn't really taking care of my body as much and not eating as well, but nowadays, like, I don't think there's really much difference from, like, I think maybe I'm even better, like, from a reaction point stand of view and, like, muscles and everything, yeah, because I've been consistently building and working out, so, yeah. It's interesting that people always say, like, "You're in your primes and you're 21." I just feel like that's so off, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, and I think we kinda got lucky being Asian because 'cause we're always gonna look good until, like, maybe we're, like, 70 or 80, and then it's just flip the switch, and we just look like we're 120. Mhm. Yeah, I'm good for the day. Yeah, I honestly love this conversation. I would like talking through it with you too. Because I know like you have a very logical point of view. I like that. You weren't like don't do it. So about like the lifetime opportunity. But yeah, no, I appreciate you and your input. Mm, yeah. Hmm. I guess so. The person wasn't really in a rush to sell it. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. e- Exactly. Yeah. I don't think you're in any rush. And honestly, Alan, I think I don't know if you should do it. I like so obviously I know your goal, you want to learn the process, and I don't want to stop you from that. But when I was like thinking about it, I like didn't know if I should tell you or not. And this is totally just my opinion. You can do whatever you want. I like actually going through it. and I haven't bought a condo, right? But I bought a townhome. I just don't think it's gonna be worth your time because you're building something so much bigger. And yeah, like it's a good way to hedge your portfolio and diversify it. But I think if you solely just focus on your one thing, which is Braze right now, the real estate will come later in life. Like I think real estate is such a good way to, preserve your wealth. And right now you're in like a growth phase. It's gonna be so many extra added, expenses and then also like a mental toll on you, and it's gonna take away from your one thing. And that's just like how I would see it. And if anything, I think you have something really like a really good opportunity here with Braze. And I think you need to commit 120% on that. Mhm. Yeah. From the whole process? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, for sure. And I think that whole process with your spreadsheet that was money. Like doing that and making sure that you got all your boxes covered, that's like so important. And then I was gonna say another thing. I feel like in our generation, or maybe like in general, when it comes to financial advice or just financial health, there's so much pressure on buying real estate. I think I felt that pressure because I right away went into buying a townhome and then a multi-unit. And yeah, I wasn't ready to buy those things. And I was only able to buy those things because of my consulting income. I like now that I look back, I wish I didn't buy those things because it took away money that I could have used to invest in what I really wanted to do. It was an amazing learning lesson, but it's not like I wish that I didn't have to pay 300K to learn that lesson. You know what I mean? So that's just like my perspective now. Obviously, hindsight's, you know, 2020, but who cares? Like I don't know. Like yeah, it's up to you though. I don't want to take away from what you want to do, and I don't want to tell you your ideas. Like, don't do it. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and he's been in the business for so long. You have no idea what kind of shit she deals with. Yeah, and people back out all the time, get cold feet. It's like so common, and I don't think she's gonna take it to heart or anything. If anything, just make sure you don't close that bridge. Just make sure that you know. Mhm. Mhm. Nice, nice. All right. Sounds good. Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone, to Founders Unfiltered. If this helped, I hope that you guys can just follow and subscribe and hopefully drop a comment on what you guys would like us to talk about. Hell yeah. Nice. All right. And thanks, everyone. We'll see you on the next episode. See ya.